Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast, featuring Commissioner Christine King, where all voices are heard.
Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast, where we discuss all things Miami and every voice is heard. I am Chairwoman Christine King of the City of Miami Commission and your District 5 Commissioner. Today, please join me as I welcome our special guest, Miss Twanisha Teetee Terry. Woo!
Yeah, nah. Yeah. I mean tonight. Okay, strap down, buckle up. Better guard your grill. Pull up on your.
Welcome. You got your mic.
Thank you.
Our very own homegrown Olympic hero, sprinter, Teetee Terry in the house. It is such an honor and a pleasure for me to celebrate you and your accomplishments. And knowing that you are part of Miami 305 makes it even greater. How does it feel to be back home?
It feels amazing to be back home. You know, when I travel, I go overseas, whether that's competing here in the States or competing out of the country, I make sure to represent Miami. I let them know, the 305, we get things done. And it's just a great feeling to be able to be here and see everyone in the audience and see the support that I have back home.
It is amazing. So we have in the audience your high school. They wanted to be a part of this. We have Northwestern, where you ran track, and the Metro-Dade Girls Track Club are also here to celebrate you. When you picked up track, how old were you?
9.
9? You've
Yes.
been running since you were 9?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And I know that you graduated from college. You have 2 degrees?
Yes, I graduated from the University of Southern California 2020 and 2021. I have my BA in communications, minor in forensic criminality, more of an emphasis on criminality, and then my master's in entrepreneurship and innovation, and I got both of my degrees within my 4 years at USC. I went into USC. So I went into USC with the goal to graduate in 3 years because I was like, I want to go pro. When I go pro, I don't want to be worried about trying to do schoolwork and running track. But COVID happened, so that gave me an extra year to stay at USC. And within my 4th year, I was like, well, I'm going to just do a master program. The master program is typically a year and a half, 2 years. I was like, I'm going to get it done in 1. I'm not trying to be stuck with school once I leave the premises of USC, so that's what I did.
That's amazing. That is amazing. How does it feel now to be an inspiration for young people? Because young people are looking up to you who have the same aspirations of running track. And now that we see this is achievable, that one of us can represent the United States in the Olympics, how do you feel about that? Is that a weight on your shoulder? Are you honored by it?
I would definitely say it's not a weight on my shoulders. I don't see it as a weight. I'm more so honored by it. And I'd be amazed, honestly. Like, seeing this amount of people, I'm amazed as well, realizing the support that I have. And it's not only at the younger level, but also adults as well. Like, adults make sure to tell me, well, I look up to you as well, and I'm 40 or I'm 30. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it just takes me by surprise sometimes. And then now I wouldn't say getting used to, but more embracing that people are recognizing me out of nowhere. Some people know I go by Teetee. So some people don't even know that my name is Twanisha. So some people, when they recognize me, they be like, Twanisha? Teetee? And I'd be like, oh, you really know me. Like, you calling me Twanisha. So I just take it as, I love it. I enjoy it. And, I don't remember when it was, but a while ago, my dad asked me, how do you want to be known? Do you want people to Google your name, or you want to be known for something that's not to be known for, So I took that and I was like, well, I know what I want to be known for, and just made a name for myself. So being able to be an example for the younger generation, I represent Miami to the fullest, Miami Northwestern, law enforcement, but just the whole Florida, whether that's from down in Miami up to Tallahassee, anywhere. I just want to be able to be that example for young women and also the fellas as well. You know, they see women's dominating and doing things, and it shows them that they can do it as well. Like, gender don't place a limit on what you can do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the women's track, y'all really showed out at the Olympics. Y'all really showed out.
Yeah.
I know, I'm going to tell you, my mother loves the Olympics so much. When the Summer Olympics are on, we can't even call her. She sleeps on the couch because she is watching all the time. And just like what you said, you are an inspiration to older people too. I'm running, I'm training for a marathon, and I've watched your form. And I think we have some video here to show that historic race. Can we play the video? What are you thinking about in that moment? What are you thinking about when they pass the baton and you're running?
I honestly don't really be thinking much in that moment. I just know when it comes to second leg, I'm going to tear second leg up. I'm going to do what I need to do on that back stretch. And that's just what I'm thinking. But it just comes naturally. I'm not, like, in the actual moment, I'm not thinking or anything. Or if anything, I'm thinking, just keep pushing through the zone, keep pushing through the zone. But once I, like, received the baton from my teammate, Melissa, who is also here.
Hey, Melissa. We're going to pull her up in a minute so we can talk to her as well.
So I just make sure my hand stays steady. I do what I need to do because I trust her. I know she going to find my hand. She going to get the stick in there. And then it's just a matter of me running down that back stretch, making up as much stagger as I can, and then passing on to my teammate and letting them finish the job.
You look so beautiful. All of you look so beautiful when you run. And what I noticed, because I've watched that several times, it almost looks like there's a string pulling because you're so straight. Your legs, the weight where they're hitting, and your arms, and you blink and it's over. I mean, y'all are moving. Y'all were moving. And I don't know about you guys, but I was watching it, screaming at the TV, screaming at the, go, go, go. It was so, so exciting. It certainly was. And a few of our audience members, some of the kids, asked some questions. One question is, how did you not give up?
I would say I did not give up because I know the support system that I have, the support group that I have behind me, you know, and that's very important, having people in your corner that's going to feed positive into you, because as an athlete, there are moments where you may feel defeated or you may feel like the negative thoughts come in, or you're trying to compare yourself to your teammates or other athletes, the success that they're having. So it's very important to have people that you can fall back on that's going to hold you accountable, and also be realistic with you. And then I would also say having that support, not even just mentally, but even with your, your physical therapist, having people to take care of your body, make sure that you're able to prevent the injuries, or if you are injured, that they're able to help you get rehab and the necessary recovery. So it's all about having that support system.
And I know, because I've watched some videos, what does your downtime look like? What things do you enjoy?
So my downtime consists of a lot of things. I'm very spontaneous. It depends on what I'm in the mood for in that moment. But I enjoy plants. I enjoy building Lego sets. I crochet with my best friend here and there. We have somewhat of a small business in crochet for people. I like to babysit kids. It's a lot of stuff. I like puzzles. I just like anything. I do I like fashion, dressing up, going places, going
Obviously,
to eat,
look at her dress.
everything.
It's beautiful. Yes. Okay, our next question is, how was your experience at the Olympics?
My experience at the Olympics was one of a kind, definitely. You know, being out in Paris, we didn't have much time to explore because we was there for business, had to take care of what we need to take care. But we did go to like the Louvre Museum where the Mona Lisa painting is, and that was great. The lady actually let us cross the rope and get closer to the picture, so other people was like, how they get to do that, did this and that, but they didn't know who
Favor
we were.
ain't fair.
So we got to see that and just explore Paris as a whole and just seeing the architecture and stuff there. That's one thing that I do love about going overseas. They put so much emphasis into their buildings and the designs. So I be stealing some of their little interior inspirations for inspiration to my house and stuff. And then we also just stayed in the village, being able to trade pins with other countries. So it's like memorabilia of where you was at, and like the different pins, like each country has unique pins, and in the USA we're so big, we have pins for each sport. We have a track pin, volleyball, swimming, so you're trying to get as many pins as you can, and just living in the village in general allow you to be able to meet other people that's in the same caliber of you, or people that you never thought you would meet. Like I ran into LeBron at the opening ceremony, Simone Biles, you know, people that I've been waiting to see and waiting to meet, and the Olympics gave me that opportunity.
All right. What does a day in your life look like? Have you started training again for your next event?
Nope. I'm strictly in the off season. I barely walk up the stairs when it's the off season. For the track athletes, y'all know our off season is basically a split second. So I'm done for the season now. I'm just enjoying the moment, taking in what the Olympics bring to me. I don't start back training maybe till November, fall training. And my day in life when I am training, I typically block off from like 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's just training and weights because we have a big group. So that's why I take a little longer to get things done. And then maybe depending, like Tuesday, Thursdays are my massage days, so I'll block off to 3:30. And then other days is more so just sometimes playing a game, whether that's GTA, Call of Duty, or I'm still learning in Call of Duty though, so don't try to battle me. But yeah, it just comes and goes. It's nothing that I really have set besides training that's 9 to like 3:30, including massages and stuff. Everything else is just spontaneous. I'll be like, oh, I feel like going out to eat today. I'll take myself to eat, or let's go to a movie, or I'll go to Melissa's house. You know, it all just depends. But I'm always doing something. Or for the most time, I'm usually resting a lot because in the fall season, we're just getting back into things. So, you know, your body's hurting more than what it would normally because you have to get your body back in the rhythm of training because you take so much time off. Typically, I don't have this much time off. I normally stop at the end of September, and then I'll be back up and running maybe the second week of November. So I'm actually enjoying all this time off, and then I'm actually just taking care of some things that I need to do to make me come back stronger for next season. As many know who watched the U.S. trials, I dealt with an injury this year, so my main goal is just taking care of that before I get back into fall training so I don't have any setbacks.
You would never know you had an injury. You would never know that you had an injury. How about your coach and your relationship with your coach?
So my relationship with my coach is great. He's actually my first male coach, like my head male coach. At high school, I had Coach Carmen, the female, but I also had Coach Ford, which was the sprint coach. And then at USC, I had Coach Carroll, then Coach Watts was the sprint coach. But he's my first male head coach. But other than that, things are great with him. You know, he's learning me as an athlete, and I'm learning him as a coach. I will be going to my 4th year with him, and I would say I accomplished a lot being under his training. You know, 2 world championships and gold medals in those world championships, and now an Olympic gold medal. So I would definitely say things are trending in the right direction.
What are your goals now? Because, I mean, you've reached the pinnacle of your career by getting a gold medal in the Olympics. What would be your goals moving forward?
I would say my goals moving forward is to keep more gold medals coming. But most people don't know that we still compete outside of the Olympics. The Olympics is every 4 years, but we also have a World Championships that's every 2 years. And then now they made a new rule where they'll have like something called like an ultimate championship at the end of every season. So every season will basically be ended in some type of championship. It just depends on the caliber of that championship. Obviously, the Olympics is the top of the top, and that's every 4 years. But we'll definitely have World Championships. We have Diamond League circuits that goes on every year. That you all can keep up with. I'll do better at posting that on my social media for you all. And yeah, so it's always still non-going with track and field. Like, people just see the Olympics and the World Championships, but there's so much more that's going on behind the scenes. So I'm basically be working year round, really.
Wow. Do you follow a strict nutritional plan? Do you eat McDonald's?
No, ew. No, I'm sorry to y'all that eat McDonald's.
No. I'm glad you said that because neither do I. I try not to eat anywhere that they have a drive-through.
I haven't ate McDonald's since high school. And when I say haven't ate McDonald's since high school, when I was eating it in high school, it was really just their oatmeal and their salads. Really, so I haven't eaten in like 10 plus years. Now, if I do go overseas and I do need something quick, I may do a McDonald's overseas, but that's because they have like drumsticks and yellow rice at their McDonald's. They don't have just chicken nuggets and sandwiches. It's different in Doha and stuff over there. It's very different.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
I maybe do over there, but in the States, I would not trust McDonald's. But when it comes to the season, in regards to a strict diet, I'm not too strict in the fall season, but I'm also not out of control as well. I'm not overeating or doing this because once you put that weight on, it's hurt to get that weight off. So I'm not trying to put myself in that predicament, but I do have moments where I do eat whatever I want to eat, and then once it comes track season time, which is March, well, maybe starting February, but March is when I really, really dial in. And if I want to lean out, like close to maybe, let's say, Olympic trials or something that's a big national championships, I'll just go on a diet of just eating fish. Normally after maybe 3 p.m. If I was to eat something before, it would probably be like chicken or so, but it's before 3 p.m. and after 3 p.m. I eat just strictly fish and a carb and a vegetable, so I can lean out and keep the muscle that I have without losing the muscle while losing weight. So I'll just more so just focus on leaning out. So that's what I'll do in the season. Then once the off season come, I just go crazy.
I doubt she goes crazy.
Oh, I go crazy.
I'd like to introduce you now to her partner, Miss Melissa Jefferson, another Olympic gold medalist sprinter. Come on up.
I made you nine. Okay, strap down, buckle up. Better guard your grill. Pull up on your
How are you? Hey, how are you? What's it like running together?
It's amazing. I'm like kind of nervous right now. I wasn't expecting.
She didn't expect me to do that.
I did not. But it's definitely amazing. I would say Teetee is not only one of my closest friends, but she's my big sister. She played a really huge part in me joining Star Athletics. So, you know, I would definitely say it's a joy.
You were the first leg.
Yes.
You were the first leg. Mm-hmm. You were killing it.
Thank you.
I mean, every leg is important because you're giving the next person the heads up, because by the time Sha'Carri it was done. Mm-hmm. It was done. I love the way when she runs and she looks over.
Yep.
She does that one time. It's almost as if she's saying, we got this.
Yep.
So how was your experience? Is this your first time at the Olympics?
Yes, it was. It was my first Olympic trials and my first individual team. So, yeah, first for everything.
How do you feel now that you're an Olympian, a gold medalist, no doubt?
I'm happy, relieved. You know, I did have a little bit of a lingering issue, like coming into the season, just some stuff from the previous year. And so when I made the change and didn't get started right away with all the rest of the girls and the guys, you know, it was a little discouraging at time. But like Teetee said, you know, having that support system and having those people that really believe in you and know that you can go out there and accomplish the things you want to accomplish, like that's the thing that kept me going every day. And so to not only make the team with my teammates, but then also go and get an individual medal and a gold medal as well in the relay with my teammates, it was like, it was good.
Does the attention now that you're getting, do you welcome it, or are you kind of like, okay? You know, somebody on the street is like, how you doing? Can I take a picture with you?
We enjoy it, we embrace it, but Melissa, she be acting very shy. Like at the Olympics, we have the opportunity. We see LeBron, we see so many people. And mind you, the day before the opening ceremony, she goes, I have a list of people I want to meet in my life. She named about 5 to 7 people. About half of her list is at the Olympic Games. LeBron's come in, so I just made my way with LeBron. Everybody like, how you got up close? When he walked down, I said, oh, that's my cue. I walked right behind, like I'm his entourage. I'm close on his tail. And people like, how you get over there by him? How you get over there? I'm like, don't worry about it. I take my picture with LeBron, and he goes, okay, I'm about to go back outside. So once he say that, everybody else like, well, dang, he not taking no more pictures. He stops. I'm like, Melissa, get a picture with him, get a picture with him. She froze. She like, I said, Melissa, get your picture. And she missed the opportunity. She's like, dang, I done missed a picture with LeBron. So the opening ceremony hasn't started yet. We on our way to the opening ceremony. LeBron comes back. She sees him. She's standing. I'm like, Melissa, he's right there. Go take your picture. Go take your picture. So, okay. And then go and take her picture. So then we see other people. I'm like, Melissa, I'm seeing all the people that you're talking about. Maria Taylor, somebody say, Melissa, go take a picture of Maria Taylor. She's not doing anything. Ask her, can you take a picture? She's on your list. Next person comes, Melissa, go get the picture. Then we have the pins that we're trading in the village. And one of our teammates like, let's have a contest of who can get the most pins. And in Olympic Village, everybody basically friendly. Everybody's happy to be there. The weight is kind of off your shoulders. You done did the hard part of making it to the games. So everybody just be willing to trade pins. And when it comes to USA, they would try to take the shirt off your back if they can. Like, it's really that serious. So I'm like, I'm trading pins. I'm going crazy. I got about 20 pins already the first day being there. So Melissa goes, she trained me like, Melissa, ask them for a pin. She's like, but I don't know if they want. Melissa, get a pin. Then eventually, by the second, third day, she started to warm up. She going crazy now. She's like, oh, I done got 7 pins in one day. I done got 7. That's thank you. This is fun. So I said it to say we definitely embrace what's given to us. I think for us, it takes us by surprise sometimes because some people don't recognize me outside of my 2 ponytails, and then some people do. So when some people are like, oh, are you Teetee Terry? Or you look familiar, I like to play with them. I'd be like, oh, no, I don't run track. That's not me. Or then I'd be like, I'm sorry, that is me. I'm so sorry. So then I eventually tell them, but then most people, they start to recognize more. And then obviously there was such a huge viewing of the Olympics and what we did, not only at the Olympics, but what we did at the Olympic trials. You know, me, Melissa, and Sha'Carri all made the team. And that was, I wouldn't say unheard of, but I think it hasn't been done in a while or so of 3 teammates sweeping the event to make an Olympic team. So that definitely put Star Athletics on the radar. We was already on the radar, but that boosted us up even more. So I would definitely say we're getting recognized a little more than what we normally would.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the off season and you're not really training, what do you do, Melissa, for fun or to relax? And what keeps you sane? What are the things that keeps you sane?
I would say the thing that I've done the most in the off season so far, because I'm also done as well, so I won't be running anymore until next year. And so, which is crazy enough, she over here laughing because I was actually about to go back overseas to run, and she was like, Melissa, you actually don't want to go over there and run. And she said, you not finna go over there and be halfway in it and let these folks come out here and beat you. You's a bronze medalist. You better not go over there and do that to yourself. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. So then I decided not to. So I really just been taking this time to just like regroup, bask in what I've done, because I have a tendency to like, with all the success that I've had, not only this year, but just my story in general, these past 2 years, I haven't really sat in what I've done and like realized the magnitude of, you know, what I mean to people and what an inspiration it is. Like I say it all the time, I'm grateful and I'm honored and blessed to be in this position, but I don't really understand that yet. And so really been just trying to take that time to like, hey, you know, pat myself on the back a little bit. Like, yes, you are.
You should.
Yes.
You
like,
should.
You did that.
Who are your inspirations? Who inspires you?
I would say for me, my inspiration is not only through just one person, but I'm someone who looks at individuals itself and then look at their journey and how it brought them to where they are. So I could list a number of people, you know, like, say, for instance, Snoop Dogg. He didn't always start out where he was. But
Did you get to meet him?
I did,
Did you take a picture with him?
I did.
Okay.
I did. But, you know, say, for instance, like him or Serena, you know, all that she went through on the tennis court and the circuit just over the years and the way that she's paved for not only people who look like me and her, but also other women as well. And just knowing that, hey, you know, like you said, we at the Olympics, the women were showing out, and it's just a matter of, you know, having people like that to look up to and say. So I would say, like, my inspiration just comes from everyone's and their journeys of success.
Teetee?
I would definitely say the same. I've been competing in track since I was 9 years old. I'm 25 now, so many people came along the way in that different parts of my journey. But definitely, I would say my dad. You know, I wanted to quit track.
Where's Dad?
I
Dad?
had wanted to quit track at one point.
Okay,
he came
Dad.
out there from Miami Beach, called himself stretching me out, and told me, get back on the track and run. I was like, well, I want my mama. I want to go back to my mama. And he like, you finna get on track. I said, well, my legs hurt. He like, well, get down. I'm going to stretch you. He stretched me and then made me get up and run. I think I finished practice that day. I can't remember what it was, but I finished. And then I just kept going. And then there's also, like, I looked up to Carmelita Jetta. It was at one point I was telling, like, I had her shirt, socks, everything. And then I would definitely say just so many people along the way. And then the coaches that I had, like Coach Carmen, Coach Carol, Miss Hardeman, you know. So it's so many different people that played their own role and that I continue to maintain relationships with today. And I would say outside of track, like other athletes like Serena Williams, LeBron James, you know, seeing them do what they do and dominate at the level that they're dominating and how long they was able to dominate for. So I would definitely say I have inspiration from everywhere.
That's amazing. I'd like Coach Carmen, Coach Carol. Can you guys stand up so everybody can see you? Come on now, don't be shy. All right, Coach Carmen. Coach Carol. Hey. You know, because this doesn't happen in a vacuum. This doesn't happen in a vacuum. And I'm glad that you talked about how it's not always good times. There are obstacles that you have to overcome, but you keep your head up. You keep moving forward. And that's in life with everything. There's the good and the bad, the bumps and the bruises. But at the end, the reward is so fantastic when you do what you love. And it's evident that you're doing what you love because you've achieved the highest level of your sport. And that is fantastic. And it is an inspiration. And it transcends it's not just sports, because it could be the roadmap for anything anyone wants to do. If you want to be an author, if you want to be a doctor, you know, you have these moments where you feel like, am I going to make it? But you get up and you keep going. And that's how you become successful. That's how you become a champion in whatever that you do. Yes. So we have a segment of my podcast where I just ask you a series of questions. There are 5 questions,
okay,
and you answer them quickly. You don't give it much thought. So between the two of you, both of you are going to do it.
I thought you were slick.
Okay. Wait, where are you keeping your gold medal?
My gold medal right now is actually at safekeepings at my home. They're both in their beautiful Nike boxes that they gifted us, sitting up on display, just looking pretty.
Are you guys going to get them insured?
Oh, yeah. I am.
You should.
I guess. She ain't gonna let me not.
I'm not.
And you know, the great thing about your friendship is usually one bestie is more outgoing than the other bestie, and you balance each other out. So that's fantastic.
She's actually the other part of my brain that I don't be using most of the time. So.
Okay, so Melissa, do you have a theme song?
No. Don't have a theme song.
You don't have a theme song?
Friday came
Oh,
too far.
okay, yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, okay. Friday came too far.
Okay. Teetee?
I don't just have one. I'm always gonna support people from Miami, so I be between Major 9, Tracy Supreme, FOB Pooh. It depends.
Oh, I
Like
understand.
the song Places You Will Go that you played, Motivation by Tracy Supreme and FOB Pooh. So it varies. It depends. But I'm gonna always have somebody from Miami that's gonna be the theme song.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, when I run, you have a power song. I run long distances because I run marathons. My power song was Lil Wayne, Got Money.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would be my power song. I was training for a marathon with my nieces, and we'd be running together, and then I would just take off, and then be like, "Are you listening to Lil Wayne again?" Because I'm gone. Like, music really does transcend to it. Helps you, keeps me running. At least you'd only hear 3 seconds of a song while you're running, and you can't do that. What is your favorite book?
Ooh, my favorite book. That's a good one. I have a couple that I need to read, but my favorite one, I would probably say right now, my favorite book, or it was like a more in-depth book, the book by Caster Semenya, the track and field athlete, the 800-meter runner, and just getting more insight to what she actually went through with the media and track and field as a whole, and the IAAF and the Real Athletics. So I would definitely say that book gave much more insight from the inside instead of from the outside looking in and making assumptions of what she was going through and how they was treating her. So I would definitely say that's my favorite book right now.
You know, I've always wanted to ask, right after you run a race, breathing hard, a reporter comes and sticks a mic in your face and expects you to talk. How do you feel about that?
I be tired. I be telling them to let us catch our breath or like give us some word or something. Like, I actually have one interview that I did with Real Talk with T, where I told her, you got to meet me on the ground. I'm tired. I'm laying on the ground, feet up in the air to get the latte acid out my legs. I'm like, can we just do our interview down here? And she's like, I'll meet you down there. You just stay right there. And I did an interview like that. But I just feel like some reporters don't give us that break or that chance. But then I do know some of them be on live TV sometimes, so they be having to follow a certain time limit. But I would definitely say if they could let us just get a breather, that would be perfect.
I think so too. Melissa, do you have a favorite book?
I don't actually have a favorite book. Look at she over here trying to figure out what my answer gonna be. I don't actually have a favorite book, but I did just pick up a new read that I'm gonna start reading when I get back. It's called Atomic Habits.
That's a good book.
Yeah.
That is a good book. That is a good book. Now, Melissa, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would you want to break bread with?
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a good one. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. And why would you want to have dinner with him?
I feel like for me, you know, I would say like the older generation, like Denzel was the one to pave the way and, you know, paved the way for people like Chadwick. And so I feel like Chadwick, he was on the rise to becoming what Denzel is. And I really feel like he was the one who's going to bridge the gap, you know, in a sense of that. And just him being who he is and the way he just like, when he took over a role, like he became that role. And
yes.
I wanted to really, like that was one of those things where, you know, I look at all that he's been through and to know that most of those movies that he acted for and things like that, you know, most of the time he was sick. And so just to get an insight as to like, I just want to see I just need to hear a little bit of like what really kept you going every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Teetee, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would you want to break bread with?
I'll probably say Wilma Rudolph.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Like reading how she accomplished what she accomplished, but also what she went through while accomplishing the things that she accomplished was amazing to me. And like just knowing, I would just like to know like how she did it, like how she stayed grounded, you know, being a sibling of many, having her sicknesses and stuff, and still going out there to be one of the best runners there were. So I would definitely say.
Okay. Teetee, if you could give your younger self advice, and so these young folks will be listening as well. If you could give your younger self advice, what would you tell yourself?
I would definitely just say what I use now. It would be just be you and have fun with it, because I feel like once I have fun with something, everything turns out to be great. If I put too much pressure, too much stress on myself, then everything just goes downhill. So I've learned to just go out there, just have fun, loosen up a bit, and just let things flow. So.
Good. Melissa?
I would tell my younger self and to, you know...
You are kind of young still.
Oh,
Both of you.
I would just tell her to keep going. You know, didn't necessarily have a rough upbringing, but, you know, also things that, a little bumps here and there down the road, and just knowing, trusting God in the decisions that you make, and surrounding yourself with love and people who are going to support you no matter what, and everything will be all right.
All right. That's true. That's true. Look at her. Look at her. Okay. Melissa, what is the most dangerous thing you do?
Forget that phone everywhere.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that.
Dangerous because my FaceTime call.
Sorry. I would say the most dangerous thing I probably have done or shouldn't be doing is when I don't have my glasses and I'm driving.
Don't do that anymore.
I won't. But fun fact though, I actually ran in the Olympics and all this whole season blind, no glasses at all. It turned out pretty good.
It absolutely did. It absolutely did. Teetee, what's the most dangerous thing you do?
What I do?
Take the mic.
The most dangerous thing I do, I don't know if it's dangerous really, but I'll go anywhere by myself with no hesitation. Like I went to Mexico by myself. Like I would travel by myself with no hesitation. But I don't. It's borderline. But I put safety precautions in place. Like I've made sure people know where I'm at. They got my flight number. She actually would get on me about not sending my flight number. Like, well, you didn't send it. I'm like, well, you didn't ask. Well, I shouldn't have to ask. So I put some safety precautions in place.
That is true. My sister-in-law has my location. Wherever I go, she knows where I am. She has my location, and if I don't check in, if I'm in an Uber, she's following the location in the Uber to make sure I get where I go. Okay. Well, we wanted to spoil you as much as we could, and these shirts here, let me get it for you, and I'm going to get some for you too, Melissa, because I didn't know you were coming. No, it's okay. So we have a local artist that creates these shirts, the iRock shirts. So this is the coordinates of Liberty City. You see the back.
I see the 305 on the back.
And you see the 305 right here. Okay, so you can continue to represent Miami. This is from iRock shirts. I'm from Miami. Yep, you see the Olympics?
Nice.
And
oh yeah, with the 305 on the knee, yeah.
I'm
from Miami.
We different. And here's a hoodie for you from the Northwestern Bulls.
Oh, this is nice.
Made by iRock. And I want to show the young man that created those, Mr. Gates, in the audience right there.
Oh, thank you.
His
I'm
work
trying to
is
steal my hoodie, Daddy.
So we're going to get you some too, Melissa. Don't worry about it. We're going to get you some as well. And at this time, we have a special presentation. And I'm going to invite any elected official that's here with me to join me. I don't know where Commissioner Hardiman went. He had to leave. Okay, no. So this is a proclamation from the city of Miami. Oh, there he is. Come on out. Okay. So this is a proclamation from the city of Miami on behalf of the almost 1 million residents. Yes. 4 million residents. 4 million residents. 500,000. I should know that. So on behalf of the 500,000 residents of the city of Miami, our mayor, Francis Suarez, my colleagues, and I want to present you with this proclamation for all of the work that you've done. It has your name on it. This is your day. This is your day. And we also want you to know that you are our darling in the city of Miami, And are we taking pictures? I'm missing the pictures. Okay. You are our darling, and we also wanted to give you the key to the city of Miami. Key to the county and key to the city. All right, all right. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on my little podcast, the Kingdom Podcast, where all voices are heard. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you for everyone that came out. Your support means a lot. I will continue putting on for Miami. You know, I'm going to always represent for Miami. You know, just being able to see you all out here in the different schools that came out. Thank you all. I will make sure to get back with somebody to send you all some wristbands. I don't think I brung enough for everyone that's in here, but if you could get one today, that would be amazing. But if I can't, I'll make sure to send them back to your school and make sure you all get a T-Baby wristband. And I appreciate you all so much, and thank you again.
And that is the Kingdom Podcast